B. The Loreto College girls. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Loreto College QPIP, for your presentation. In a while, we will have our second presentation for the day. Catch me and our contestants after this short pause. Welcome back, dear viewers, to the 11th preliminary round of the Braintrust Competition 2011. We have already listened to Loreto College QPIP. Now, we have amongst us a college founded by the Fathers of the Congregation of the Holy Spirit. This is a school which has amalgamated extracurricular activities and academics. With their sharing spirit, they believe that light springs forth from fire. Please welcome Collège du Saint-Esprit. May I remind you that our chairperson is Mr. Shamsibon, and the jury members will be judging you based on the following criteria: understanding of the topic and relevance of presentation, analytical ability and inclusion of supporting factual evidence, originality and practicability of solutions, presentation, teamwork, and time management. You will have 11 minutes for your presentation. After 10 minutes, you will hear a gong, and you will know that you have only 1 minute left. Then you will hear the gong twice after 11 minutes to herald that your time is over. Okay? Are you ready? Right, boys, you may start with the gong.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Our island Mauritius has a rich history. More and more attention is being given to it now. Our team, consisting of Sandeep, Advik, Saad, Siddharth, and myself, Uday, will now discuss about this issue and the various ways to promote our history. Now, Siddharth, what do you think about our history in Mauritius?
Beneath the natural beauties of Mauritius landscape lies another, but sometimes forgotten gem, the Mauritian history. Going to its discovery can be a journey in some of the most fascinating and refined ancestral events, and these ancestral events are the history. History is a continuous, methodical record of public events pertaining to the growth and decline of the nation. This rich treasure is being given more focus, but we yet have to realize its importance. The museums we have around the island are a window to the past. The first exploration by the Portuguese in the 16th century and the subsequent settlement of the Dutch, who gave Mauritius its name in honor to their prince, Maurits van Nassau. The French assumed control in 1715, developing the island into an important naval base, overseeing Indian Ocean trade and establishing a plantation economy of sugarcane. The British captured our island in 1810 during the Napoleonic Wars. Mauritius remained a strategically important British naval base and later on air station, playing an important role during World War II for anti-submarine and convoy operations. And as we all know, we got our independence in 1968. This also encloses a chest of revolutionary history. This transcendental knowledge is our greatest treasure.
But why is this treasure being given interest now? We can see that there's enhanced attention towards these sites. But why now? Well, there are many factors which have led to this situation. First of all, the UNESCO has recently decreed the Apravasi Ghat as an international heritage. Nowadays, the abolition of slavery and other socio-cultural celebrations are held there only. Moreover, we have to preserve other historical sites as well. What about the museums? The Museum of Grand Port, which symbolizes the capture of our island in 1810 by the British during the Napoleonic Wars, or even the National History Museum in Port Louis. Much consideration should be given to these sites as well. Probably many of you are unaware about the fact that Mauritius is the second country in the world after France to have implemented the use of post stamps. And this part of history is highlighted by the Bluepenny Museum. Bluepenny Museum located at Coda Waterfront in Port Louis. So we are rich in history and we have to make people aware of that. In fact, the age structure of Mauritius is 21.8% from 0 to 14 years, 70.7% 15 to 64 years, and 7.5% from 65 years over. So this means that at least 25% of the population has not witnessed our independence. As such, we should create more interest about the history of our Paradise Island. Mauritians should be aware of the historical events, such as the arrival of Dutch, symbolized by Fernie. Now, apart from UNESCO, the tragic incident about the theft of the cannons pertaining to the Battle of Campo is a wake-up call that not enough attention is being given to our historical sites. Attention, as well as security, should be provided. For example, cameras and security guards. So it is time to make a move, a change, to make people aware. Now, Sandeep, you do have something interesting to say, don't you?
Yes, indeed, Saad. It is undeniable that we have historians who know a lot about our history. But the average Mauritian is usually unaware of the past. It is true that history is taught in primary schools, but for most students, it is only a matter of learning by heart to perform in the exams. After 3 to 4 years, they usually forget most of what they have learned. Furthermore, at the secondary level, history is offered as an option, but not many teenagers will choose this subject. We have an educational system which is too exam-oriented. So, scoring subjects which can make you become a laureate are preferred to a subject like history. Schools do not organize enough educational outings which aim at making history become fun. There should have been more interactive history classes and even movies in schools. Our history is not well documented enough on the whole. But we do have authors like Ananda Devi, Devi Rasomi, and Shehnaz Patel who have written books based on our history. What we should do is to promote Mauritian literature and empower those writers. Another big problem with our study of history is that we focus on the great leaders. We do not give enough attention to those who have worked in the shadows to make our nation what it is today. We all know about the feats of Chacha Ramgoolam, but not many of us know of the hard work of people like Ranganathan Srinivasan. Also, we do not advertise our important historical landmarks enough, so people do not know about them and so cannot learn about their value. In our country, there is a lack of interest. We don't see the importance of our rich Mauritian history. People ask themselves, why should I know about the history of my country? What lessons am I going to learn from it? They think history is boring and useless, and it is important
to promote knowledge of history of Mauritius amongst Mauritians. Of course, how can someone live in a country and not know about its history? Firstly, our history is our identity. We can trace our languages, cultures and religions back to our history. Our lingua franca, the Mauritian Creole, which is the mother tongue of 80.4% of the population, exists owing to the slang French from slaves and some Oriental languages from India, which have resulted in this intricate, marvelous language of ours. Now, how come are we a multi-religious country? Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and all other religions currently present in Mauritius come from the French, the British, the Africans, and the Asians who came to our country. Additionally, our multiculturalism originates from our history. Therefore, it is essential that we Mauritians learn where this diverse heritage of ours comes from, and this is through the study of our history. Additionally, through the study of wars in our country, which is history, especially the naval battle of Grand Port, we are able to understand that wars are not a remedy for solving problems and disputes that exist between nations. The study of our Mauritian history is a record of our ancestors' struggle for progress and prosperity, and gives us a broader outlook on our concept of nationalism